All right, hey guys. I had some buddies told me I should start reviewing some bourbon. I'm gonna try to make this video quick. It's my first video. So here it goes. As you can see in the photo, we're gonna just do Jack tonight. Just call it a Jack night. The first one we got, I think I'm just gonna start with a lower proof here. We have Jack 10-year 97 proof. This is batch 1. You can see it, 10001. Not sure if the camera got that. And then we got the Heritage Toasted. I feel like everybody should have one in their closet. The next one's a single barrel rye and the Tanyard. So I work left. Well, that photo's all over the place, but I kind of went more proof. The rye and Tanyard are pretty close, but the Tanyard still beats it out. They've all been opened. They've all been opened various times. Obviously, the Tanyard and the Blue Heritage are the newest one. What I did in my other videos, I like just kind of explain the bourbon. I feel like it's cool when new people, like my title is going to have all these bourbons on it. I just think it's cool when people are trying to learn bourbon. You go on YouTube, maybe before you buy a bottle, this could be beneficial. So, Jack 10, I think out of the batch 1 year, I think this one was the bottom out of 12. I think the 12 year was like a banana bomb. It was really, really good. But yeah, this one's very butterscotchy. It's got that warm oak spice, those tannins. Again, my buddies are probably gonna watch this too, but I was a complete hater of Jack. I just think in the Marine Corps I had really bad experiences with it. So I kind of steer away from the crazy Jack Daniels sometimes. What I did was also, I'm just going to bring up, I have all the tabs up here of each whiskey. You can obviously read it if you want. The biggest thing I like to go over is the notes. It says sweet tobacco and spice. Honestly, every time I've tried this, I'm not sure if I get tobacco. We can figure it out. I have a tasting wheel. Maybe next time I'll add the tasting wheel and put it somewhere in one of these squares so you can follow along with yourself. But definitely, like I said, you get that oak. Like, it's almost, for me to describe it, you get that butterscotch for sure. But how I describe it is take your nose, put it to a Jack Daniels, and then just mellow it out. So maybe that leathery tobacco can be in there. Definitely sweet. Sorry if I'm smacking. I'm going to figure out all these audio bugs. These first couple videos might be crazy. I mean, there is a little bit of tobacco. It's definitely some sweet. I'm getting like maybe some red fruit. Definitely some spice. Definitely the oak. Again, we can rate these. I think it's easier to do out of 10. Yeah. So for me, I'm going to go back in. I've only poured 1.5 ounces, so we can go back in when we're done. Jack 10 for me, I can go on for a while. I think when you go back in for that next sip, you get more of that chocolate back end. I think once you go back in, take a nice big gulp. I think the hard part for me is we could talk about prices too. It's 10-year. It's only 97 proof. I think this is a great entry. I don't remember what MSRP is on these guys, but MSRP, I think they're 89. I think they're the same as like Tanyard. All of them are pretty close to the same price. If you can get it at MSRP, I think it's a slam dunk. I'd be chugging these all the time. I have had the 12. The only one I haven't had at a Jack so far is the 14-year, but 10-year for me, out of the Jack lineup, there's a little banana on that one. Just a little bit. Going back in, taking a bigger gulp. The nice part is there's no really hug. Like, I feel like you can take like a shot, like a regular shot glass, shoot this. There's not really much of a hug, but there's like a nice long finish to it. Nice mellow, great notes to it. Out of 10, I'd say Jack Jack 10 for me out of 10. I think it's still over the 50% mark, so we're definitely over 5 here. It's just availability, and if you can get it at MSRP. If you get it at MSRP, I'd probably rank it higher, but some people can't. I would put this Jack 10 year, batch 1. I'm going to go 6, 6.5. We'll go 6.5. So batch 1, 6.5 is my review here. Let's go with, we're not going here first. I think the next I have is the Heritage. So everyone's going crazy about this because the toast profile. I think the toast profile is cool. I'm going to be curious. I've had this open for a little bit when I first opened it. And I don't want to ruin it for everybody, but when I first opened it, I had like a very aggressive Sharpie note to it, which is kind of disappointing for a Jack, to be honest. I had higher expectations just because these Heritage barrels are pretty cool. The Heritage Rye is probably one of my favorite one out of them so far. But yeah, let's see if this bottle still has the... I mean, to be honest, it kind of turned more caramel. It's getting more of that wood tannin notes back out of it. More chocolate, I think. I don't really get that Sharpie note anymore. So I think right now that nose is really good. So maybe open that bottle. Even when I opened it first, I literally let it sit for almost an hour and it still had that Sharpie note. Let's see if it's in my glass though. Ugh. See, it's... So the Sharpie note's dying, but it's giving a... I don't want to say it, but it's almost giving me like a wet fart. Ugh. It's like a wet fart's terrible. It's probably like a wet wood. Just, ugh. I don't like the nose. I mean, you go to the nose in this 10 year, way better. This note is gross. So let's erase that. But again, so these are 100 proofers. They're not bottled and bond, are they? It just says barreled and bottled. So they're not bottled and bond. They're just 100 proofers. I mean, at least 7 years. So I think this is Jack's response because this is supposed to be every day. I came at Costco's here and everything like that. But I think this is Jack's response to Heaven and Hill's Old Fit 7. I think you're going to see now, after the COVID craze, you're probably going to see a lot more distilleries giving out 7 years. I mean, I'm pretty sure they used to do, was it Elijah Craig, like picks, like 18 or 12 year picks? Not 18, it was probably like a 12 year, or maybe it's Knob Creek, but they used to do like insane aged like barrel picks that you can pick out of Knob Creek. So I just came back from Kentucky too, and I can tell you that I think everybody's trying to up their production, but they're also going to up their aging, which I only think is going to be better for bourbon consumers and how you can get your bourbon. I think if you're eliminating those, oh, we only got it for 3 years, get it off the, go send it out. I mean, 7 years is a really good start. I mean, it's very woody, very toffee, very brown sugar. I mean, it's drinks way better than that nose. Sorry, I said wet farts. That's crazy, but be honest. Maybe it's my glass. No. I mean, yeah, I don't know. It does not smell good. I don't know what happened to that and why it doesn't smell good, but... And it says aromas, vanilla, graham cracker, soft oak. I'm sorry, Jack. All I get is Sharpie marker note when I first opened it. And now it's not a good nose. But yeah, marshmallow for sure. It's super good. This is one, I'm not sure if people tell you, but like this is definitely one that you don't want to have your nose open because you're going to smell wet fart and then go right to a vanilla marshmallow, The brown sugar's there. I think the finish is great. The only reason why I'm probably going to rank this where it is, the nose is so it's offensive almost. I'm just going to be real with you. I'm an open and blunt kind of person, but it's pretty offensive, the nose. I think I'm just gonna put it 5.5 just because the availability is now increasingly up there for people. You're not gonna spend a fortune, so I think it's really cool that they did that. I would love to talk to somebody from Jack Daniel's and ask, like, who approved that nose? Maybe before they blended, like, that nose was, I mean, if it was a vanilla graham cracker soft oak, it was crazy. And the crazy part is it's only 100 proof. So, like, sometimes you get that Sharpie note on, like, higher proof bourbons. I don't know. To me, it's a turn off, that nose. I think the taste is great, though. Yeah, I'm putting that in 5.5. It just, I actually had like that aftertaste. Now I'm sitting there, like, I had Evil Waters, they're a brewery in Evil Twin in the East Coast, and they did Evil Waters with some marshmallow in them. You kind of get that nice candied, like, why can't I think of it? It's like what Fluffernutter. You almost get that Fluffernutter taste to it, which is, I think, is pretty incredible. Okay. I'm going to drink a little water here. We're going to go to the Jack Rye. Now, the Jack Rye is cool because it's very available. Proofs can change. This one's 133. I got this out of Belgrade, Montana. I don't think they put their names on it anymore, right? They just tell you. Yeah. Anyways, I bought this from Belgrade. It's barrel 109. I'm pretty sure those tell you what house it comes from. Honestly, I don't drill into that. We can go further if you want. Maybe I'll put it in the comments, more description notes on them. But yeah. Again, my goal, so these videos are going to be kind of like I'm going live because I'd rather just go live, talk to you guys, shoot a live video. So I just need subscribers. Once we get subscribers, we'll just go all live, which would be rad. Excuse me there. Okay, let's move on. Yeah, so Jack Single Barrel Rise. 70% corn, 70% rye, 18% corn, 12% barley. I think everybody should have this in your bourbon closet or wherever you have. I even have more bottles downstairs. So don't worry about it. I have issues. Back to what I was saying is this should be in everybody's closet. The availability of these, the taste profile of these, they're crazy. They're cherry. They mix with the like ripe bread fruit. It's very, 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 very good. I was a hater, again, of Jack, and this was the Jack that put me into it. I mean, I've had Coy Hills, had all that stuff too, and like I had the 10 and 12s, I think, before I had some of these single barrel ryes, and I honestly was like, wow, Jack's doing some crazy stuff, but the rye put me into Jack Daniel's. I mean, you getting cherry. Ooh. Honestly, I would love to try a blind, or I could just do it right now. I want to put a Russell's right next to it. Because the reason why I want to do the Russells is because I have a feeling their noses are very close. Russell's Reserve. I just feel like that's why I like this Jack Rye so much, is because of that cherry note. And I think if you throw a Russell's in there, you could maybe throw someone off in a blind. I mean, it would be close. I think if you drink enough Russells every day, you would probably pick the Russells out in a heartbeat. Because it's more of that. To me, that Russells is like sweet tarts, and it's like that sweet tart powder. Jack Daniel's rye is more of like the cherry syrup rye. I don't ruin my taste buds. I just wanted to put the nose next to them. I'll just drink that after the stream here. But yeah, so you got sweet tart powder to sweet till cherry syrup. So it's really good. Now this one's been open for a while. I do get that grain forward texture, but it's a drinker at 133 proof. There's like, you can see like I'm not grimacing. There's no pug, there's no burn. It's super sweet. And actually I'm getting almost like that tobacco sweet tea leaf note way in the end here. And normally, if you know me, again, most of my friends are probably gonna watch this, but I'm a double sip guy. I normally don't like to give my notes the first sip. I try to sip again and then start rattling off some flavors. I mean, I don't remember what the first burst was, but then the second burst was just maraschino cherry syrup, oak, and then it just goes into that long, lingering, and it's probably oxidized. That's probably why I'm getting that, like, it's been oxidized enough that I'm probably getting that tea leaf note. I've kind of noticed when you leave your bottles open too long, it almost goes into that Buffalo Trace sugar water like taste. I laugh when I say that because I feel like it sounds offensive, but like if you drink enough bourbon, you know what I'm talking about. It goes to that like sugar water, which is I think why people drink the crap out of Buffalo Trace and all them. But it's, to me, availability. Again, you can get these at Costco's, you can get these anywhere. Priced at the right price point. Again, I think it's ranging between 89 and 100. I don't remember, but they're probably even cheaper, honestly. I think they're cheaper. But again, prices don't matter, other than it kind of matters with my rating scale, but the availability of these, to me, you should have one on your shelf all the time. You don't have to feel guilty drinking your big boys. You come home from work, this one's a perfect one, right up your alley. Yeah. So I actually am probably going to put this one of the higher ones so far. I went, Jack 10 was 6.5. Heritage is 5.5. We're going to go 7. I don't know why I like halves tonight. We're just going to go 7.5 and keep the theme going. So 6.5, 5.5, 7.5. Perfect. Good thing I can just watch this video back and re-watch it. Cool. Let's move on to Tanyard Hill. So, I'll tell you the crazy story about me. I just moved out of Montana, moved to Washington. I was actually giving, I went to the bank that's by a Total Wine to give out some bonds that my parents gave me after 30 years. They collect whatever, sell it. I was like, screw it, I'll just go into Total Wine since I'm over here. I don't really care. Well, the guy was just like standing there in the bourbon aisle, and I'm like, what is he waiting for? And honestly, I'm just trying to throw this out to people as a tip, but I watched him like wait. He's staring at his phone. He's like really anxious. So I'm like, I mean, I was a fireman and my job's a private fire investigator. Like, I was just kind of reading this man. And I'm like, what's going on? And the guy comes back and goes, hey, here you go. And I saw the square bottle and I saw the red neck. I just asked him, he's like, can I get another one? And I heard the other guy, the guy that he went back that found this bottle, goes, yeah, it just came off the truck. Like, we didn't even unbox it. It's still really cold. I didn't even hesitate. I literally go, hey, while you're back there, if there's no limit, if you're letting him have 2, can I have 2? And he's like, absolutely. And then I asked the guy when the other guy went back, and I'm like, how much you paying for these? He's like, MSRP. I think I paid, with tax in Washington, I think I paid $105. So to me, that's a screaming deal for limited. Talk about being at the right place at the right time. I got 2 of them, so I'm going to give one to a buddy, make his day. Well, obviously he's going to pay for it, but make his day that he didn't have to scramble the world like everybody else looking for this one. I didn't go crazy over the Coy Hill. I've had a hazmat sample before, and then I had a regular. I think the hazmats on these special releases, to me, some reason, they just go through the moon, and I think they're really, really good. But yeah, I had to tell you the story on that. I think this also is really cool because it's 136. I've been seeing a lot of ones that aren't up there yet. Like, I think this is one of the higher ones. Maybe Total Wine just got the higher ones. I don't know. Another 70% rye, 18% corn, and 12% malted barley. Obviously, it's barrel 1 on top. So actually, that rye is Tanyard because it's barrel 1. So there you go. I didn't even need to do research. It's right here in the notes. So barrel house 1 atop Tanyard. And then the neck on this one says barrel house 1 out of 9. So my rye comes from Tanyard. This is perfect. We couldn't ask for a better combo here. Now, I think for you Jack fans that love Koi, I think you guys obviously are going nuts over this and you think this is going to be great. I think it's fantastic. I'm still I'm just glad I got it for the price I did. The price that people pay for a Koi or a Tanyard, I wouldn't pay that. I mean, you get a lot of chocolate, a lot of oak. There's like, I know they say mint, but I think it's like just a sliver of spearmint when you get your nose like really involved. Now, spearmint's not bad, people. Some people think spearmint, it's bad. It's a rye. Get over it. Get over it. You definitely smell the white oak. Like, you definitely smell that oak. Not white oak, but you definitely smell the oak. Let's see what their notes are. Yeah, so you definitely get the oak on the nose. Remember I told you I don't gotta wait for sip 2 before I'm gonna give out my flavors. You definitely get some sweet oak. I think fig and plum are so close. Like, they just add it to add. I mean, they said dark fruit, and then they go plum fig. You didn't have. I think they were just trying to write out more because more letters there. It's dark fruit, definitely dark fruit. Out of all of them so far, the rye is up there in nose. Tanyard obviously I think is winning out of all categories, but that heritage is terrible. Or that heritage single barrel, toasted barrel. Something tells me that like it was just the way it toasted. The tannins just hung around. Yeah, they spot on with the finish. I can scroll down a little bit for you guys, but the spot on with the finish is definitely a long-lasting oak finish. Let's get a little quicker here. We're 20 minutes in. Definitely get dark chocolate. And the dark chocolate can be mixed with people where you get like a baking spice cherry. To me, they lump dark chocolate together in that because you get that dark chocolate bite, but then you get that like bitter chocolate note with it. Out of all, I think Tanyard takes cake. I'm putting this at 8. I'd probably put Koi Hill right up there with it, 8. But this is for you proof boys. This definitely tastes hotter, burns a little bit more. But once you drink more bourbon, you don't really realize it, but it definitely hugs you. I gotta stop saying burn, but it definitely hugs you for a while. But it's what you proof boys want. I personally are not a proof boy, but that's fantastic. It's good whiskey, especially at the price at 105. Okay. Well, my new channel is called The Brown Water Enthusiast. I am gonna make some videos maybe once a week, maybe once a month. Whenever I get time, I'm gonna throw up a video, do what you can until we can get live streams. And once we can get live streams, I'll probably do a live stream once a week or as much as I can, because I rather do live streams. It's easier to talk and interact than sit here and sip bourbon. So, well, this is my first video. Please like, comment, subscribe. And I will be reading the comments and do my best judgment when you guys are looking at stuff. I'm also available to swap samples or whatever you need to do. Thanks for watching. Bye.